husband and then the sister coming to defend him. So, and you just wonder the institution called marriage and what people are going through.
Some people are pushing the agenda that is skit. And to be truthful, I can't even understand. They say that's a skit.
I honestly don't think.
They say Facebook actors are very good.
That means that they're good actors.
Yeah.
And they say the way they set up
don't be chopping slap like that because of...
Exactly.
Engagement. The insult you, Ledoche, has been chopping since. It's not more than those slaps. I don't know. But one thing I know is that, yes, male or female, domestic abuse is that. And if that is true, so let's put that caveat there. If that is true, then the man was really quite... he was tolerant. And it's better that you can get our own mate to slap her. Yes, now, do you know that if a man decides to, with anger, to do that, I'm not saying it's excusable, but
and she was pregnant again, so he was even telling the sister, I beg, no slap her, she's a pregnant. Like, see, I just think it's just, I feel it's, I don't know.
I'm just saying. But hey, come on, we'll talk more about that and other things. Let's take a look at what the weather is like, and we're back with the news.
The matter is...
Once again, the news on Wake Up Nigeria. I am Mike Mesikeno. The 29th of May was a busy day for President Bola Tinubu, who called on the National Assembly to continue to collaborate with his administration in building a country of every citizen's dream. A moment after signing the National Anthem Bill into law, Mr. President oversees its first rendition after 46 years. National Assembly correspondent Joke Adisa reports.
The anxiety that greeted his planned appearance before a joint session of the National Assembly finally laid to rest. President Bola Tinubu warmly received as his administration marks 1 year in office and 25 years of Nigeria's return to democracy. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, and the Speaker, Abbas Tajuddin, say all speeches are reserved till June 12, Nigeria's Democracy Day. The National Assembly leadership applauds the government for the giant strides in its first year in office.
Henceforth, we will not refer to ourselves as just mere compatriots. We will refer to ourselves as brothers. And as we go forth in battle, whether on the field of sports, in the field of politics, in economic endeavors, we must hail Nigeria.
It has been a partnership that has been mutually beneficial to all of us. It is a win-win, and that is how democracy is supposed to be played.
President Bola Tinubu appreciates the doggedness of the parliament in supporting his ambition to govern the country. He describes the chamber as the representation of citizens' consciousness for freedom and sense of belonging. More importantly, he congratulates Nigeria on the attainment of 25 years of unbroken democracy as he speaks on the significance of the old-turned-new national anthem.
You rang out the latest national anthem. Nigeria will hear thee, representing all characters and how we blend together to be brothers and sisters.
Mr. President urges every citizen and particularly the legislators to invest in building the country, since no other nation will do so. He says his administration is walking the talk and only needs citizen support to achieve its vision. President Bola Tinubu also informed the Parliament of his readiness to lay the 2025 appropriation bill before the National Assembly soon. Mr. President's brief session with the legislators is a pointer to the synergy between the two arms of government, and citizens can only hope that such collaboration will further translate to dividends of democracy as the Tinubu government begins its second year in office. Joke Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.
Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ola Olukoyede, says the commission has secured 3,175 convictions and secured over 156 billion naira between the 29th of May 2023 and the 29th of May 2024. He stated this at the launch of Zero Tolerance Club in University of Abuja, represented by the Secretary of the Commission. Mohammed Hamujoda said the EFCC also recovered money in foreign currency. He, however, expressed concern over the involvement of youths in internet fraud. He challenged students of the university to stay away from the vice, warning that conviction for fraud is a burden that will leave a lifelong scar on them. Now, South Africans are voting in pivotal general elections in which the ANC could lose its majority for the first time since 1994. The party that ended apartheid is under fire over corruption, high levels of crime and economic woes. It may be forced to enter into a coalition with one or more opposition parties. A record 70 parties are participating, with the second biggest likely to be the DA. The radical EFF and the new MK party led by ex-President Jacob Zuma are hoping to make inroads. Zuma is barred from running for a parliament because of a contempt of court conviction, but his name is on the ballot paper. Then we head on to sports. So we start off with the UEFA Europa Conference League, where Greek club side Olympiacos defeated Italian outfit Fiorentina 1-0 to lift the UEFA Europa Conference League. Moroccan striker Ayoub El Kabi scored the only goal of the match late into extra time as Fiorentina succumbed to a second successive Conference League final loss. On the cusp of course, forcing the game into penalties before Al-Kabi scored a diving header to give the Greeks the win at AEK Athens. And what you're seeing there is, of course, Real Madrid, who are stepping up preparations as they gear up to face Borussia Dortmund in the finals of the UEFA Champions League on Saturday. Quite heady cheers there from Vinicius Junior and Eder Militao. Now, leading up to the game, Real Madrid trained ahead of the final showdown in Wembley yesterday, where there were a few players who were absent from training. Midfielder Aurel Tchouameni has been ruled out of the final due to injury, where goalkeeper Andrei Lunin did not participate in training sessions for 3 successive days as he battles a bout of fever. 25-year-old Ukrainian's absence from training may further boost Thibaut Courtois' chances of playing the UCL final against Borussia Dortmund on Saturday. Meanwhile, former Real Madrid midfielder Kaká has tipped his former side to beat Borussia Dortmund and lift the 15th UCL title. Borussia Dortmund, as you can see, they continued their preparations ahead of the Champions League final. Dortmund will be hoping for better fortunes than the last time when they played the Champions League final at Wembley after a 2-1 defeat against domestic rivals Bayern Munich in 2013. Victory will give Dortmund their second Champions League crown, while opponents Real will start the game as favourites to secure the competition for a 15th time. Edin Terzic is confident of his team's chances against European powerhouse Madrid, while the Dortmund players are looking forward to squaring up against former teammate Jude Bellingham. And that's it on sports, and of course the news will take a short time out. Stay with us. We'll be back in a bit.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order?
I'm a trainer at iFitness, and today we'll be doing Bukwa. Bukwa involves working out while writing letters at the same time. It's fun and interesting, and I implore you guys to enjoy yourself. Let's go. All right, just first up, I want you guys to just roll your hips. We're starting with what good in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, I want you guys to stretch out your hands while turning your hips at the same time. You're doing great. Well done. Now, take your hands up in 8, 7. Good job. Warm up those shoulders. Good. 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 Well done. Now, let's move on to the legs and up. Good job. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now give me some leg curls. Let's go in 8, 7, 6, 5. I'm moving to squat. 1 and back up. 2. Push your butt back. Well done. 4 more reps to go in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Now we're moving to the main workout. Okay, now I want you guys to walk with me. We're going to do everything in 8 counts. Very simple steps. Are you ready? We're going to walk first, and then we're going to pump, and then we're going to bese. Are you ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and bese. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and back down. Simple steps. Now we're going to move into Bukwa 101. Baby steps. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, you go. And step, you bring it back and you go up, up. Step, bring it back, up, up. Good job. Let's go. Now Bukwa L. We go. Step and up, step. You take it forward. Bam, bring it back and go. Woo, woo. Good job. Good job. Take it forward. And bring it back. Woo, woo. 3 more. Come on. Take it forward. Come on. 2 more. 2 more. Aha. Come on. Let's go. 1 more time. Woo, woo. Last one. Come on. Give me some freestyles. Come on now. And bring it back down. Good job. All right. Well done, guys. That's a wrap. I believe you guys enjoyed yourself. I believe you guys had fun. Till I see you next time. Have a blessed day.
What if we... Okay. So,
You're meant to be supporting the workout, Mary.
Yeah,
Not doing the opposite.
exercise is life. Yeah. Okay, so I know you're going to launch the conversation.
All right. Anyway, so like, I mean, these days I've actually been thinking a lot about entitlement and like, you know, there's a difference between people saying, okay, fine, is someone being entitled or does this other person really just deserve that, right? And then this story literally just helps me buttress the points. So I'm just going to read it straight. It's not so much of a long read. It says, good evening. I'm in a relationship with my boyfriend. He's caring. I've never asked him anything.
Not even heard it. Is that I'm in a relationship with my boyfriend? That first off me.
What will you be? Say, so if you're with your boyfriend, what else
can you be?
I've never asked him anything and he ignored. He gives me between 50 to 100K monthly and still buys me stuff. I was going through his phone and debit alerts came in. I saw his bank balance. This man has 82 million and he's giving me peanuts. I didn't even know that my boyfriend is this rich. I want to demand elevation of monthly allowance. Somebody asked, is she going to Elevation Church?
So,
how do I present it, and how much am I entitled to receive from him every month?
There was a comment that made me smile. The person said you should request for 5 million a month, and if he refuses, leave him so that somebody serious can enter his life. You know, this issue
how much am I entitled?
Five is even too small.
She said, somebody said the whole 82. They say 82. Just ask for the 82.
Ask for tithes now.
8 million, 8.2 million.
You know, the first thing I want to say is this, guys, we have to do better. Please, go to your bank. Let them stop sending you debit alert. We have to do better.
Your brother.
Let's just keep it only at email. Or in fact, just don't even send email. You use your app to check the balance. So now I'm going to my bank.
On the phone now.
But the app, you lock it with your fingerprint.
So they still send you alerts.
So this one, you know the anointing. You know the anointing.
Yeah.
You now send to this particular bank. You send the alert and now you send, I'm pissed with
and
this
then
and they send the charges.
Yeah.
So you send 10K, you send the 2 alerts.
Yeah. Yes.
They send you one for 10K, they send one for the 1 naira 75.
And then at the end of the month, they'll charge you for everything.
They'll charge you for everything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go there. I don't want any alerts. So this situation now is also another situation now. Because they said you come to the bank, so no alert. You say this kind of thing. But then I want to say, as a girlfriend, so what, she didn't talk about what she also brings to the table. She might also, there is some level of entitlement. Let's tell ourselves the fact. Look, if you are in a relationship with somebody, there is some level of entitlement the person would have. And it's not wrong to have that kind of level of entitlement. When I'm thinking about it, she might be thinking about, okay, maybe she cleans the house, maybe she washes his clothes.
Angle.
She does every other thing that girlfriend is expected to do.
Girlfriend is expected to do.
Well, girlfriends, a relationship, you are courting as it were.
Mommy, calming down. Let him land now.
So I'm just saying that, maybe, so because of that, she feels like, you are the love of my heart. The sugar, the apple of my eye, the one who makes my life go jim.
My sweetie potato.
Exactly. So maybe she might be, 82 million. And you're giving me 50,000 naira.
Very, very terrible guy.
But you don't know whether there's somebody there now, like, like that young lady that say 500K, 1 million, So I don't know.
Money that somebody kept in his care. Money that might be for contract. Money that could be for a man to have that amount of money in one account. It is very likely for a purpose. What?
If we shock you.
Yeah, give us bro code. Come on, bro code.
Okay, bro code. They say some ladies say, what's that particular car that they want to check? These ladies have money. There's this particular savings app. I can't remember the name.
I know it. I know it's a
particular savings app. They say if you check it, it's the shape that people will use for their kolo. If you check what ladies have inside that account, it will shock you. It will shock you. So, you'll be surprised at that.
Anyway, that is what I have to say about this. Anyway, I was also going to mention another situation of a lady asking what anyways, this one, the guy even broke up with her, so I don't think we need to answer the question.
It's the BB Naija doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The lady, she sent her a message. She's saying that, okay, this one, her boyfriend gives her money when she asks. But her problem now is that, why must she ask?
Randomly.
You don't just send me random alerts.
Yes.
Why do I have to ask?
I've had that case scenario before. What do you guys think about this?
Okay, so now I'm even
about asking. So if your spouse, as it were, or a boyfriend, before you got married, and they maybe wait until you ask, and when you ask, they do give. But then this is something close to home, and the lady says, "Why do I have to ask?"
So the thing is this. I've always said it that people are different.
Yeah.
The way someone views something is not the way the other person views it. So I know quite well that the way I analyze things is not normal for many people. But the reality is, she could be right to a large extent, being that there are some women who do not know how to ask. They ask, then they give them. There are some women who simply do not know how to ask. And so they expect that, once in a while, after all, I expect that she also gives him stuff, does stuff for him. And a relationship is give and take. It's a machine that needs to be continually oiled. So if you are the one giving, maybe giving of your love, giving of your care, giving of everything that you have, sometimes you buy gifts for your man and everything, but if you do not ask, he would not think that, I need to do something for this babe that I claim to love. Some men, it might be out of being stingy, or they simply do not think you need it because you seem to be okay. So then it depends on the situation. That's why I say it could be a problem. But if you are the type that you don't have a job, there's nothing you are actually even doing for the man. The man probably feels, okay, let me chill, or let me wait till I reach a particular stage before I give you anything. Or there could be anything responsible for it. As for the previous one of 82 million, see, she has a right to, you know, certain things depending on what she's bringing to the table. As Mike said, and this is something I've always told men about, they say, she doesn't bring anything to the table. Just the same way they say to their wives, she doesn't bring anything to the table. She births your kids, she takes care of the home, she does a lot of things, but you keep saying she doesn't bring anything to the table because she's a housewife. And it will never make sense to me. Without this person's support, you will not be who you are. And that's the way it is. So if your girlfriend is doing wifely duties, of course she should have wifely demands. It is what it is. And that's why when people say, oh, as a woman, you shouldn't ask for this, you shouldn't ask for that, you're not married to him. You too, you should not expect some things. Remember the word Mike said, you know, expected of a girlfriend. These days, yes, I'm quoting you, because these days, many people expect a girlfriend to do the work of a wife, including the other room. And it's a problem. You want everything except to put the ring on the finger. Yet you feel she's being greedy by demanding something similar for herself. Hello.
Danny, just before I know you had something to say about when we spoke about expectations or what is expected of her. You wanted to say something there. You don't think that a girlfriend shouldn't have any expectation?
The truth is, I don't know. People see things very differently. The way I see it is that dating, the way I understand it, not what's happening in this life, in this world right now, the way I understand it, is a period where two people get to know each other.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So I believe at that stage, the focus should really be about the knowing. Do you understand? And I feel there's certain things that really get involved. I feel like a lot of things that literally just enter the relationship at that point literally distracts from what actually is happening. Right? So I just feel that, I mean, if at this point I'm getting to know you, I decide to cook for you, I'm doing that because I really just care about you and I want you to eat well. If you see the need to literally say, oh, think about the fact that, okay, fine, this girl actually thought about going to the market and cooking for me, oh, okay, let me send her something. It's different. But now saying, okay, I'm doing this, so because I'm doing this, you now decide to do this. And I'm also of the opinion that, see, the situation of the other room, hello, it is a give and take, It's a give and take. The same way it's switching you, switching me. That's just what I have to say.
For us to go on
that's honestly that's what I believe. I have a different mindset about a lot of things. Do you understand? And considering asking, they literally say, ask and you shall receive. You realize that until you ask, he will not give. You open your mouth and you ask.
Oh, God. So if you don't know how to ask, you're on your own.
You will learn, no? Hey. You sit down, you don't learn. When you apply for a job, just don't ask, you're asking.
Hey.
Okay, we'll take a short time. I'll be back in a very, very short bit. Stay with us.
Mike is flabbergasted.
It's down.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the grand comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Gbenga Adeyinka the First. OJ right here, 7 of 7, like you already know.
Gbenga right here, 7 of 7, like I'm beginning to know.
It's now time for the question.
You don't scare me one bit. Bata, I go drink. So.
Okay. So now one chance for enter. My first question. Do you remember the names of the winners of that edition of StarQuest?
Of course I do.
Why do you?
And I hate myself for this because I have this question for you. Final question. No. Where outside Nigeria and what year? I think you're the only one that can be wicked.
I am thinking because I know back in the day.
Don't think. Answer my question quick. You are thinking too much. I don't like it.
The UK.
Final answer. Okay. I said, God, please, let me to perform outside Nigeria.
Wait.
And God gave me a show in Ghana. Drink, my friend, drink. I know.
I don't overthink this thing. See where I can.
Yes, you overthink them.
I would say you should catwalk.
Let's catwalk now. Where are we?
No, that's not catwalking.
That's good.
That's
good
walking.
walking.
All right, it's our tech discussion for this Thursday morning. We've got Oluwatobi Ali. If I wanted to put it into one phrase, what he is, he's a multifaceted leader who's passionate about empowering others. That's a very short form. You can check him later and ask for the longer form. But it's great to have you. You're welcome.
Always nice being with you.
All right. So last week we had the first part of leveraging technology for smart financial decisions in challenging times. Can we do a little recap of what we said last week?
Yeah. So what we said, some of the things we said is that it is your responsibility to make financial decisions, right? Tech only enables you do that. So tech is not just something that is like a magic wand that just makes everything work for you. You must know the right financial decisions to make. Then now leverage tech to ensure that you make some of those decisions. And some of the few things we talked about last time was, number one, in this kind of challenging times, it's very important for you to have cash flow. And what we mean by cash flow is you have to know how your money is moving, and there's a way you also have to improve the flow of your money, which is something that we are also going to discuss. And we talked also about a need to save. You know, that it's, if you have, you know, if there are many apps, of course, that help you save. For instance, there's even one feature I use quite a lot in one of the bank apps I use, which is Kuda. I think it's called Spend and Save. So every percentage of money that I spend, there is always a percentage that I save. So for my own calculation is 20%. So no matter how much it is I spend, I automatically save 20% of that. And that always comes in handy one way or the other, because, and another thing I think we also mentioned last week was about tracking our expenses, because what happens many times is that you'd have spent a whole lot without you knowing. But if there is a way you can tag your expenses, you'll be able to even know where you are wasting money, so that, you know, next time you'll be able to allot your resources.
You know, that's what people talk about when budgeting comes in, and
yes, exactly.
Tell you that, okay, the money I have, if I earn 100,000 naira in a month, I spend more than 100,000 naira.
Exactly.
What's the point of budgeting? What really is the point of budgeting? Now there's smart budgeting.
Yes.
You have apps. You mentioned some apps where you can use to track your expenses, you know. But really, what is the point of budgeting in a case where somebody says, the money I even have is not enough? How can budgeting help in this particular scenario?
Okay, so this is a simple thing I would do. And I think I will encourage everyone to do this experiment. Every 3 months, every 6 months, every year, go to your app, download your bank statement. You'll be quite amazed to find out the amount of money that has entered and left your account. The first time I did this, I did not even know then that I was already a millionaire until I did this. In fact, there was a month I found out I spent about, was it about 3 million? And in fact, I did not know. So what budgeting does is it lets you know the real state of affairs of your finances. And many times, the money that people should have used to better their life, they've spent it on useless things just because they did not take, they did not observe their finances.
We've eaten our future.
Of course.
Food.
Let's even do a calculation. Imagine you spend 3-5 on shawarma, and you do that every day. Do you know how much you probably have spent at the end of the month?
That shawarma, they will add some toppings. So you're looking at, I'm telling you, it's not you add Coke or something and all of that. Yes. I am telling you, because then you make one order, you have the apps now.
Exactly.
Makes it much easier.
Exactly. And you pay for delivery, all those small things.
Personal, yes. Last month, there was a service fee, this thing. I told myself I was not going to download this app. I knew when that app particularly came out. But something happened, and I was at this space where I wasn't always around and all that. And then I just downloaded it. And before you know, in last month, I don't want to go and check what I spent on that particular app just for food alone.
It's important.
Because I had to go, order, you're paying service fee, you're paying delivery charge, and then I just go. Sometimes you make as much as 3 orders a day. You're doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And you know, for instance, if you are not careful, one day you are trying to make a payment, and in your mind you think you have this XYZ amount of money in your account, not knowing that it has been depleted because you did not budget.
Now, you mentioned about, growing your income just now, and I said you wanted to talk about it. How does one go about that, with technology in mind?
So still talking about cash flow, I need us to think about cash flow like a river, right? So imagine a river is flowing, right? As long as there's enough volume of water in that river that is flowing in that river, it will keep flowing. Now, if you do not check that flow, there's chances are that that river is going to go dry. And that means that everything that is supposed to survive with that river, which is the plants, the fish, are going to die. So picture your money as that river, and picture your life as the ecosystem that money
around
flows
that.
into.
Yeah.
Now, how this works is that your savings, using apps to save, what it does, it gives you a reservoir of water. It gives you a reservoir of money to be able to take care of your expenses. Now, that in itself will not be enough, because if you just have a reservoir and there's some part that is flowing, if there's no more money flowing into your life, which is if there's no more water flowing into that river, it's going to run dry. So some of the things you use to do that is investment. That's why there are apps that invest. For instance, in fact, do you know that the meaning of the word Jawo, which is our company, Jawo.io, actually means make money?
Okay.
Right? So when you hear someone say, but when you're Jawo on the street, meaning they are making money.
Okay.
So the apps like ours have like investments where, for instance, there is a plan we have that gives you 3% of your money every month. So
anything you put inside?
Yes. So what that means is 3% times 12. 3% times 12, just do the
36,
maths. That's something that comes into your money. So when you are having
for you not
money,
doing anything, it's just there rather
passive income
in savings and all of that.
Passive
it's just
income.
there.
Exactly, passive income. Because what that money does is that money is actually not just staying. That money is flowing, investing into other businesses. That
so savings into investment. After you save first, of course, you reminded me of one of the best books I've read, Richest Man in Babylon, by George Clason. So from savings, after you've saved, then you have to move into investment. So you don't just keep it on and all of that.
Now, another thing I want to touch on, and this one is what many people run away from, and I will not deceive you. I will not deceive you. I also used to run away from this until I understood what it is. And do you know what this is? This is debt. Loans.
Loans. Wow.
A lot of people, when you hear the word loan, they're always afraid.
Yeah.
Their heart is always pumping. But do you know that in trying times, loans are actually a savior? They provide you funds for emergency. And apart from that, they make cash flow even much more superlative. And let me give you a good example. The only mistake people make is that when it comes to loans, you are not, during financial hardship times, you don't take a loan to pay rent. You don't take a loan to buy hair. You only take a loan to do two things, which I'll be talking on as we go on.
Wonderful, wonderful. I wish we had time. We'll continue with this. We still have you for 2 more weeks. We'll continue with this. I also wanted to mention where people are taking loans to bets, because that's something big
gambling.
now. A lot of these loan apps, and there was this part, we'll continue. Let's focus on loan next week, where, they get your contacts and they start bombarding your, there were some regulations about that and all of that. It's quite a lot.
Sure odds that will make your life odd.
So, you know what, we're going to focus on loans, from technological aspect next week, because we have run out of time. Toby Ali, it's always a pleasure talking to you. There's always so much to learn. All right, thank you so much. We'll see. We'll continue with this. All right. Hope you're able to pick something from that. We'll pick up and continue when it comes to loans next week. Let's head over to Winfrey. Of course, there are some birthday shout-outs that she's set up to give. Hello, Winfrey.
Hello, Mike. Hi, guys. So it's time for us to literally celebrate you if you're born in the month of May. And today, we'll be starting this birthday shout-outs wishing Adeleye Halima a very, very happy birthday. The 28th of May is her birthday, and this is from your mommy. Happy birthday, dear.
You will have all that you prayed for this year. You will have all that you wish for this year. You go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
And right now, I would like to celebrate Adeyemi Kolawale James. The 31st of May is your birthday, and this is from Mercy and Ibironke. Happy birthday, sir.
This year, you will have all that you wish for this year. You go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
And now we would like to say happy birthday to Afola Shade Fadare. The 31st of May is your birthday, and your mommy is wishing you a happy birthday. Happy birthday.
All that you prayed for this year, you would have. All that you wish for this year, you go get. Everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Afolayan Delight. The 31st of May is your birthday, and of course, this is from Dominion, your brother. Happy birthday, cutie.
You would have all that you prayed for this year, you would have. All that you wish for this year, you go get. Everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
In your Lua. The 31st of May is your birthday, and your mommy wishes you a happy birthday. Happy birthday, dear.
You would have all that you prayed for this year, you would have. All that you wish for this year, you go get. Everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
And that's all we'll be taking for birthday shout-outs for now. We have so much more still coming up, more birthday shout-outs, so make sure you stay with us. But we'll be back after this break.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and look for my jammies. So
My 280 was 320. I suppose don't be one metal.
At this point, I contest my jammies.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
That's all we can take. Ejeki, close the show, you for that long.
Ladies and gentlemen, number one, Unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shiny, yeah. So recap done, and it's time for number one on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back? You should start the gym to get fat. Cricket.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference? There's a difference.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
No, the empowerment for me.
Sex can make your relationship better.
No. Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too. Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the better? You scissors. What is his name?
That woman.
Bam! Bam!
Yeah, today we'll go here.
Hey!
Let's catch up.
And so we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay good. Continue to entertainment with Pure Entertainment.
Shoketani, the 29th of May is your birthday, and this celebration, it's courtesy Lady Cobb. Happy birthday, dear.
Very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Now, we'd like to celebrate with Queen Irene. The 30th of May is your birthday, and this shout out is courtesy Mommy Udogu. Happy birthday.
You will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
And right now, we'd like to wish Ramon Issa a very happy birthday. The 31st of May is your birthday, and this is courtesy TVC Communications. All of us here wish you a very, very, very happy birthday, sir.
All that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
And finally, on the birthday shoutouts for today, we'd like to wish Toluwani Praise Malaika a very happy birthday. Oh, the 30th of May is your birthday, and this is from your mommy and your daddy. Happy birthday, sir.
This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
And to all our May celebrants, we pray God's blessings upon you. May God keep you, bless you, and meet you at the point of your needs. May May next year meet you even in a better state, all right? And that's all for birthday shout-outs for today. But we still have so much more happening right here on Wake Up Nigeria. I have Mary on the couch with a very interesting conversation.
Indeed. You know, it's an artsy Thursday. Should be an artsy Thursday, as Mike likes to say. And so we're about to have a conversation that will definitely interest you, especially if you're a lover of arts. Right here we have Dr. Sheyi Paul Oshodi, and he is a Lagos-based creative artist, a sculptor, and also a multimedia professional who is committed to changing the face of the creative industry in Nigeria. He established his outfits, which is, well, it was established in 2015. We're going to learn all about it right now. Good to have you in the studio with us.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Fantastic. What is your art studio called again?
Oshodi Art Gallery.
Oshodi Art Gallery.
And we also have a studio alongside with it.
Okay, so for those who have been seeing Oshodi Art Gallery in Ikorodu and wondering how Oshodi came all the way to Ikorodu, now you know it's named after the owner. That's why. Okay, so tell us about your art gallery. How did you come about it? How did you set it up?
Okay, well, I am an artist by profession.
Yeah.
And I graduated with sculpture in Obafemi Awolowo University.
Interesting.
That was 2020. And alongside, I'll be practicing in-house.
Okay.
But my concentration, aside that, was multimedia.
Okay.
So I was into animation.
Okay.
I've taught a lot of people in the industry on animation, cartoon making, both 2D and 3D.
Wow.
So after so much, I have to join advertising agency.
Okay.
My last place of work was LTC JWT.
Okay.
And before then, I have a couple of works at home. And I've also been working time to time and equally acquiring. So at that time, the gallery was set up in my room, in my house.
Okay.
So when it got to a time...
That must have been really choking.
Yes,
considering the amount of art we're looking at.
Seriously. So when it got to a time that I feel I should come out fully, because that is my passion. And you know when you have a passion, your passion drives you. So at that time, I had no any other choice than to set it up. And it was Oshodi Art Gallery Limited, which is my name I use.
Now, it's arguably the biggest in Lagos, but one wonders, most of the artworks were by you. However, how do you liaise with other artists? Because I'm sure gallery is made up of works not just by an individual, but by several others. How do you liaise with other artists?
In the past, we noticed that artists are not, they are not concentrating in terms of being in one place. But my experience in advertising taught me how to put 1, 2, 3, 4 people together. Because I started as a graphic artist and I left as a deputy creative director. So 17 years is not a joke.
Of course.
So I noticed that we're not doing things right in the art industry. So what I do was, you know, in art we have about 6 different specializations. So I have to get people from ceramics, painting, sculpture, textile, and others. I put everybody together, and the artists don't usually like to be in the payroll. But what I did was to institute that in my organization, that look, if you want to do this thing right, everybody must be on a payroll. So it's like monthly salary. When you come January, I mean on the 1st to 31st, you'll be paid. 1st to 31st, you'll be paid, you know. So on each section we're producing and we're selling. So we're able to manage our fund within the scope of art. So that is how we started, and that's why we are in where we are today. And aside that, as we are producing, we are also training. We took training as part of our core value. We want to train people. Right now, we have nothing less than more than 60 students we are training every day in the studio in different sections. So because I inculcate that corporate, corporate thing in the system of art, we're able to achieve so much. I think that all those things contribute to the reason why we have a lot of work in the gallery.
On average, how do you value a piece of art? Like when you see a particular work of art, I know it's something that is taught in art schools. How do you value it for your gallery, for example?
Oh, we look at the materials, then we look at the content of the work. You know, it's not just about, there's something inside an artist before an artist will produce. So that thing inside is also appreciable, is valued. Like, some people don't know that art is a universal language. You have to communicate with art. You have to use art to solve social, political issues. So that when people look at it, and they will be relieved. Even somebody who is in the hospital, we have what we call art therapy. You have to look at art and get relief. So those are things we look at. We look at the content of the work. We look at materials used. Because if you make use of fake materials, we value you less. If you use quality materials, strong materials, we value you up. So that also is part of things we need to consider in art. We look at size of the work, and we look at the things you put together to put the art together.
Now, talking about things to put together, you recently put together a show. I believe it's an annual event for children. It was it took place just a few days ago, an art event. Could you tell us more about that?
Yes, I noticed that in the system we have today, there's a lot of issues. We will see most of our adults now, they take, you see them smoking in their home, they take a lot of drug. And I sat down, I look at it that there is an issue. The issue is maybe there was no proper orientation from childhood. So I now said, I want to use my art to solve that problem. Because anything I do, I use it to solve problem. I don't just work, and I don't just put things together. So I noticed that, look, this is the only way I can change the mindset of people. Because if you want to change the system, you have to start from the children. That's why I set it up, and I introduced this, we call it NACAF, Nigeria Children Art and Cultural Festival. And I did a proposal, sent it to Federal Ministry of Culture, Art, Culture, and Tourism in Abuja, and I was given approval to host it annually. So some of the team of the program, the team is catch them young. We catch the children young, and we inculcate moral value into them using art as a catalyst to speak to them. So that's the reason why we said it. We have done the 3rd edition. The 1st edition was like, okay, let's start it and see it. The 2nd one came. It was embraced by so many parents and children and schools. The 3rd one was, wow, that a lot of people were there. And the truth is, if you look at the items on the program, we have a column for drug abuse, where we call people from NDLA to come and talk to the children on how they can move away from this menace, because it's a serious problem in our society. Even small little boy is already taking drug, and we need to tap it from primary school, from primary, secondary school, and ensure that we communicate to them. So we now have to call the agency in charge of that in the program. Please come and help us. We gather the children together for you. Please come and help us to talk to them, tell them the implication, how this thing can be so harmful to them. So at that level, we resolve that. And in the program again, we have another one that have to do with food safety. We have to call NAFDAC to come and talk to the children on how they can preserve their food, how they can know the hygienic, how they can make their food being properly prepared and taken care of. So those people too, they came, they enlightened the students, talked to them on that, on food safety. Also, we called on Lagos State Fire Rescue to come and talk to the children again, because we need to tap these menaces from the childhood, from little baby. So they came to talk to them again about fire, how they can move away from fire hazard, and how they can prevent it so that it won't happen and they won't get burned. So those people also came to talk to them.
I'm just quite curious. You have the artwork of children in your gallery as well, because I know there are so many talented children.
We have a lot, because before we started the program, we have about 1,000 drawing of those crime, those things that are happening to children. So in the program, we showcase them. We showcase all those artwork. It's always 2 days program. The first day is day of advocacy, that we talk to the children. And we have exhibition alongside with it. So all those drawings were there, especially on child abuse. We have that displays around.
So for someone to put their arts in your gallery, what do they need to do?
You bring the work. When we look at the work, we call the jury. We call our jurists to look at it. When the work is good, we'll definitely take it from you.
Okay. So we'll show the Arts Gallery in Ikorodu. Okay, so that's one to check, especially if you're a lover of art, or if you're trying as much as possible to put your work out there. Thank you so much for being on the show today, Dr. Paul Oshodi. It's a pleasure having this conversation with you. We've reached the top of the hour. Wake Up Nigeria is what you're watching. The show continues in a bit. Just stay with us.
On my dark marks, I've tried everything.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past 3 years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company, not just in Nigeria, but throughout continental Africa, to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Entertainment is surrounding myself with loved ones, family, watching some good television shows, TV series, listening to good music.
All right, it's the second hour of Wake Up Nigeria. We're back to add a splash of sunshine and excitement to your Thursday morning.
Hi, you're feeling poetic this morning.
Benny, no good.
Sorry,
no good. Talk what you want to talk now.
Okay, I forgot I was dealing with Mike.
Okay.
On top of the morning goodness, yes, today's show is packed with everything you need to kickstart your day, and I'm pretty sure you're going along with us having a good time.
Yeah, as it is with you, it is with us too. So that's how we do.
The sweetness is mutual.
Bring you fresh content, and it's also sweet in Winfrey. Winfrey. I didn't say anything now. I said our audience, we're giving them content. It's exciting to us, exciting to them also. That's what I said. What did I say?
Anyways, the show has been amazing so far, and there's still so much more coming on right here. So you guys should not touch that button because we're here with you.
That's right. Now, don't forget, we have special guests joining us today. We already had a few in the first hour. We also have some surprises you don't want to miss. It's all happening right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
All right. My name is Mike Mesikeno.
And of course, my name is Mary Bashua Alimi. You can catch the show live, okay? That's on GOTV channel 16 or UHF band 49, all right?
We're streaming live on TVC Entertainment, on YouTube, and also on Facebook. We also have an app that you can download on Android and iOS stores.
And don't forget to follow us everywhere we go.
All right.
At TVC Entertainment on the spot.
Okay, we're done with birthday shout-outs. We gave you quite some number of birthday shout-outs. We're going to have, of course, a performance also on the show this morning. We have, Freshie Boy will be here to perform this Thursday morning for us.
Yeah. Display, we have Bon Joseph Dairo, popularly known as Joe P. Joe P. Dairo will be having a conversation with us on the work he does. We can't wait for that one.
And finally, we've got Ovi Godwin on the show. We'll be talking to him about what he's been doing and what he has on the horizon.
And so it continues.
Yeah.
Because of the coffee gist at the what's up and about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's funny how these days the conversations we have on the show spill over to breaks and everyone is still arguing. No, this is not how it should be. That's not how it do. You know, you never did give your own feedback.
Oh, I did now. I did.
No, you did.
I said she has a. We're talking about entitlement. That's basically what it was about. And in relationships, I feel like there should be some level of entitlement. If you are exclusive to somebody, there should be. Maybe you might be taking it too far, but there is an expectation that there should be some level of entitlement.
Expectations.
So we actually have like a conversation with someone, I'm not sure, yesterday. We were talking about how like these days people talk about how in relationships, even in marriages, you're meant to go with zero expectation. I'm like, how does that make any sense?
It doesn't.
Why would I want to alter literally the progression in which my life is going and then enter something with no expectation? What am I like? It's senseless.
It is.
So, like, we were talking about even the entitlement angle, and I was talking about the fact that the moment you're feeling entitled to certain things one person brings to you, it's only normal for the person to also be entitled to certain things they expect from you.
Bam.
That's my own.
Whatever's good for the goose is good for the gander. It's good.
Exactly.
It goes two ways.
You can't be expecting, saying, I'm entitled, I'm your boyfriend, I'm entitled to you scrubbing my floors, washing all my clothes.
I believe there's a level to it, just like Mike said. There's a level to it. Do you understand?
Yeah, it's one thing to want to do it out of love. That's once in a while. But then when you now expect it to be normal, like you feel it's your right because the person is your girlfriend, then you're having a problem with she feeling it's your right. It's a right to also get wifely entitlements from you then.
Wokeness has changed a lot. So much so that some people even telling now that parents should not even have an entitlement to their child taking care of them when they're older.
And I'm like thinking about that.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. I'm like, look, for now, my mom I'm entitled to she has an entitlement to receive something from me because, I mean, if I start thinking about what she did for me, growing up and all of that. You know, you might be woke, whatever you want to be woke, and woke onto your wokest or whatever you want to be. Do you understand? But it goes both ways. Until when it happens to you, you know, nobody plans for things to happen. Life does happen. When it happens to you, and then you now start. That's why now look at what has happened. My dad used to always say something. He says a wise man learns from the experience of others.
Yes.
You understand? And then there's a foolish man that waits until he experiences it before he learns.
Yes.
And so that means that you look at it. It doesn't have to happen to you yet, and then you take a cue, and then you make adjustments.
And then there's something I realized. We are so busy growing up that we forget that as we are growing older, our parents are growing older.
Yeah.
So you keep saying, oh, when I get this, I'll do it for them. When I get that. But they are
One
going,
day you just
one day you
realize
just
that,
wake up and they are gone.
Yeah.
I have someone who is currently in that situation right now, was planning to do this for the dad and all that.
To be bigger
and then all of a sudden, he's gone. Like, these people will just go. The period they are around, yes, I know some parents can be extra entitled.
Yeah.
But the things you can do to make life easy for your parents, if you can afford it.
If you can't, just go ahead and
do it.
Exactly, that's it. All right,
Don't mind social media.
Let's take a look at what the weather is like, and then, of course, we'll be back with the news. I'm Mike Mesikeno, the news. Now, May 29th was a busy day for the president, who called on the National Assembly to continue to collaborate with his administration in building a country of every citizen's dream. A moment after signing the national anthem bill into law, Mr. President oversees its first rendition after 46 years. National Assembly correspondent Joke Adisa reports.
The anxiety that greeted his planned appearance before a joint session of the National Assembly finally laid to rest. President Bola Tinubu warmly received as his administration marks 1 year in office and 25 years of Nigeria's return to democracy. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, and the Speaker, Abbas Tajuddin, say all speeches are reserved till June 12, Nigeria's Democracy Day. The National Assembly leadership applauds the government for the giant strides in its first year in office.
Henceforth, we will not refer to ourselves as just mere compatriots. We will refer to ourselves as brothers. And as we go forth in battle, whether on the field of sports, in the field of politics, in economic endeavors, we must hail Nigeria.
It has been a partnership that has been mutually beneficial to all of us. It is a win-win, and that is how democracy is supposed to be played.
President Bola Tinubu appreciates the doggedness of the parliament in supporting his ambition to govern the country. He describes the chamber as the representation of citizens' consciousness for freedom and sense of belonging. More importantly, he congratulates Nigeria on the attainment of 25 years of unbroken democracy as he speaks on the significance of the old-turned-new national anthem.
You rang out the latest national anthem. Nigeria will hear thee, representing all characters and how we blend together to be brothers and sisters.
Mr. President urges every citizen and particularly the legislators to invest in building the country, since no other nation will do so. He says his administration is walking the talk and only needs citizen support to achieve its vision. President Bola Tinubu also informed the parliament of his readiness to lay the 2025 appropriation bill before the National Assembly soon. Mr. President's brief session with the legislators is a pointer to the synergy between the two arms of government, and citizens can only hope that such collaboration will further translate to dividends of democracy as the Tinubu government begins its second year in office. Joke Adsi, TVC News, Abuja.
Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ola Olukoyede, says the commission has secured 3,175 convictions and recovered over 156 billion naira between the 29th of May 2023 and the 29th of May 2024 since the president assumed office. He stated this yesterday at the launch of Zero Tolerance Club in the University of Abuja. Represented by the Secretary of the Commission, Mohammed Ahmad Joda, said the EFCC also recovered money in foreign currency. He, however, expressed concern over the involvement of youths in internet fraud. He challenged the students of the university to stay away from the vice, warning that conviction for fraud is a burden that will leave a lifelong scar on them. South Africans are voting in pivotal general elections in which the ANC could lose its majority for the first time since 1994. The party that ended apartheid is under the fire over corruption, high levels of crime and economic woes. It may be forced to enter into a coalition with one or more opposition parties. A record 70 parties are participating, with the second biggest likely to be the DA. The radical EFF and the new MK party, led by ex-President Jacob Zuma, are hoping to make inroads. Zuma is barred from running for parliament because of a contempt of court conviction, but his name is still on the ballot paper. Greek club side Olympiacos defeated Italian outfit Fiorentina 1-0 to lift the UEFA Europa Conference League title. Moroccan striker Ayoub El Kabir scored the only goal of the match as it got into extra time as Fiorentina succumbed to a second successive Conference League final loss. The Italians lost to West Ham in last season's final and were on the cusp of forcing the game into penalties before El Kabir scored a diving header to give the Greeks the win at AEK Athens. And that's sports on.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Welcome to our Haka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TV Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of Your View are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
Thank you for staying with us. It's still a beautiful Thursday edition of Wake Up Nigeria. And right now, to set the mood with a musical performance, I have with me Ayang Julius, who is professionally known as Freshie Boy. Hi, Ayang. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm okay.
Okay, so you do Afro soul music?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, tell me what the music journey has been like for you so far.
Well, so far it's been a roller coaster, I can say. It's been fun all along, and I say I enjoy the process.
Okay, so what song are you performing for us today?
I'm doing 7 prayers.
7 prayers?
Yeah.
What are these 7 prayers?
Pardon?
What are these 7 prayers?
What?
You said 7 prayers.
Yeah.
Okay, what is 7 prayers about?
It's a prayer song to encourage my brothers and my lovers out there.
Okay, no problem. Are you ready to perform?
Sure, yeah.
Take it away.
Entertainment for me, first of all, I say it's a vocation. It's work for me. It's a way of life that brings about merriment, relaxation, and it's happiness. It's everything good put together. Anything at all just to make you happy, give you joy, make you laugh, make you dance. Entertainment is a way of life for AY.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the grand comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Gbenga Adeyinka the First. OJ right here, 7 of 7, like you already know.
Gbenga right here, 7 of 7, like I'm beginning to know.
It's now time for the questions.
You don't scare me one bit. Bata bata, I go drink. So.
Okay. So now one chance for Inter. My first question. Do you remember the names of the winners of that edition of StarQuest?
Of course I do.
Why do you?
And I hate myself for this. Because I have this question for you. Final question. No. Where outside Nigeria and what year? I think you're the only one that can be wicked.
I am thinking, because I know back in the day.
Don't think. Answer my question quickly.
It's to raise human perception.
Yeah.
It's to give human reality, as I said before, you understand? So
you're just achieving that digitally, you understand, which means you are making use of digital devices. You understand? You can paint digitally.
Okay, but doesn't it make so that's where the controversy comes in?
Okay.
Isn't it? Is some people would say, and that's why I want you to clear it. If there's any misconception that you put in a command and it brings this up, that it makes it easier. So maybe so.
From it.
Okay, so maybe help us clear that misconception, if it is a misconception.
Yeah, far from it. I believe it's a misconception because when it comes to art, there is always an ideation.
Okay, yes,
it's
the ideation
development
stage.
Now, there's no computer that will come up with an idea for you.
Okay, so for instance, how do you put this we are seeing now? Yeah, okay, this one we're seeing now.
Yeah.
What do you tell the computer? Do you draw the strokes and all that on a pad or something? How do you create this digitally?
Yeah, okay, so how I create my works, most of the time, I use photography.
Okay.
I create abstract Pan-African art motifs, understand, with my drawing pad digitally, understand.
Okay, so you have a
my
drawing
laptop,
pad,
I have a drawing pad.
And then you also have a stylus or something.
Yeah, so I create everything on my drawing pad with my
Okay.
laptop. Yes, I have a MacBook, you understand, and I have my graphic tablets.
Okay,
understand?
okay,
And then
okay.
we have cameras, you understand. So we take pictures, photographs, then I bring the photograph to my system, and then I mess it up. I create it into an idea, you understand, make it become reality for other people to see. So it begins with the ideation process, you understand. I'm inspired, I'm on the road, or I'm on bed, or I'm in the middle of a situation, and it becomes an idea that, oh, I could paint this as a reality for other people to benefit from. You understand? It could be a perspective that could be driven beyond what it is right now. You understand? That we could change how other people think. You understand? And once I get that particular idea, I begin to think of, okay, what's the best medium? Of course, my digital. What photographs am I going to take to create this? What kind of patterns am I going to create around this? You understand? So before it now takes me to the the whole technical work. So of course your computers don't do that thinking for you.
Okay, so in your own experience, honestly, do you think there is any sort of, when you go for artworks, do you think there is any sort of I would say, do you think there's any sort of classification, like, okay, people would say, okay, this is hand-drawn art, this is digital art. Do you think there is any that sort of classification? Does it exist? Do people tend to have a bias towards one or the other based on different reasons?
Yeah, I believe the same. I believe people have a bias towards traditional art. You understand? The fact that you create art hand-drawn, like, when I mean hand-drawn, like on paper, on whatever the medium, on a canvas, and you use your hand to pick pencils and pick the color, and then begin to sketch it, and then some people believe that, okay, these are artists, and then when they see the guys who work digitally, they feel like, okay, but I still feel like that is much like...
So you get that? It comes...
Of course we get that, but I still feel like that's still much the same like someone who prefers a town crier over a phone. You don't understand? So we are driving perspectives because of the change that is experienced in the society.
Okay.
You understand? And the change is not to destroy things, but it's to make us being able to be as civilized humans. You understand? Change is a must. You understand? And then there's our ability to socialize. You understand? To socialize with society, to move at the pace that which society is moving. You understand? So digitally, creating art digitally is just change. You understand? It's not that, okay, when you now create art digitally, you're less an artist because you don't think, and the systems, your computer, the devices you use get to do the thinking for you. And no, we've had artworks that have sold billions, you understand, without brandings, without graphics. In fact, without those things, we will not, what we have as digital media, you understand, internet media would be very dry. I want you to think of it. Just think of a Facebook without a digital interface, or think of a Google without a visual digital interface, or think of even the TVs without a visual digital interface. It would not be anything.
Okay, let's talk about what you have here. I see this one, the Molo. Let's start with this one.
Yeah.
What is the title? What's it called? What did you call it?
Okay, so that artwork says "Keep Moving."
Keep moving. Okay. Why do you decide to use the Molo representation
for that? Most of my artworks are gendered towards promoting the positivity of African perspectives. You understand? Letting the world know that African perspectives they are not backward in civilization.
Okay.
Actually, in the actual, they speak in reference to the future. and what life actually tends to, is supposed to be. So keep moving there is, you have a Molue of Lagos, you understand, and that's the spirit of Lagos. So you could see some abstract motifs in the background, talking about what happens in Africa, you understand. So that is the spirit of Lagos. So that Molue is talking about where this art comes from, you understand, that when you go there, there is no depression. When you go there, of course, people go through life, you understand, but when you come up the streets, wake up in the morning and you get to the street, you get to bus stop, my 12, Yanokwaja, you see that, man, life continues.
Life continues.
Yeah.
Okay, we have two other ones here right in front of us. What do they represent for you?
Okay, that second one is Ghana Must Go.
Okay.
Ghana Must Go. Now, still talking about African perspective, you understand. There was a time in this country where we had the issue of Ghana Must Go, you understand, and you feel like, okay, the Ghanaians are taking our jobs, they're doing this to us, so they need to go. And then immediately, some years after, we began to hear testimonies of Ghana having stable power supply and all that. And so that's where we derive this particular art from, just trying to tell the world, still the Afrocentric perspective that we have a solidarity of being Pan-African. So Africa is one village. So we never should be heard that we have anything, whether it be xenophobic, nepotism, tribalism, it shouldn't exist among us. We shouldn't tell our brothers to go. You understand? We shouldn't. So what the guy is carrying, you can see these beautifully colored bags. We call those bags Ghana Must Go. But you can see the beauty of those bags tells you that he's carrying treasures away.
All right, very fast. We have to round up now. The one with the face mask and
the one with the face
500
mask
naira?
says, truth be sold.
Oh.
Not truth be told. You understand? That's
Interesting. That's quite a lot.
Yeah.
We started on that will take so much time, but well done, and keep up doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well done. All right. Okay, that's it on our display this morning. Stay with us to take a time out. Our final guest, Ovi Godwin, is right up next.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Barka mu da warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of your view are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
Designated as a great place to work.
All right, it's time to have our final conversation on the show this morning, and it's with Ovi Godwin. He is a dynamic comedian, actor, and MC with over 4 years of experience in the stand-up comedy scene.
Definitely known for his witty, informative, and animated storytelling, Ovi Godwin captivates audiences with his unique brand of humor. Now, Ovi's impressive performance portfolio includes some of the most renowned comedy events in Nigeria. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria again for the 200th time.
The second time.
Second time. How are you doing today? And what's with the pink?
As in, I was wondering at the color combination, even to his hair.
Do you understand? I'm like,
honestly, it's a coincidence, but you know, there's one soft boy appearance that comes from.
From when
like you made it.
You look like you made
like
it.
You've made
Yes,
it.
like.
Like. I said like you made it.
Like actually, you made it pink. But they say that it makes sense for me, so I don't really have any much of a choice.
All right, okay. So, I know quite well that for many people, comedy is either a hit or a miss.
Yes.
Yes, so going into comedy, were you aware of that, or it was something you had to learn along the way?
Yeah, that hit or miss part, I think in the end, people will be like, hit, miss, or regam. One of the three, right? The third one is either you hit or miss, or you manipulate, you metamorphose into something, a funny MC, or, in quotes, a skit maker. But with stand-up, it's quite different.
Yeah.
But for me, getting into stand-up was more of, I thought I could make people laugh by telling them my own stories. Personal views about the world. So that's one thing. And I think that many people are missing it now. Most people are used to seeing stand-up comedy where people are just playing with the crowd. Hey, my chairman, now you get money for it. Hey, I see you, you go spray also, you know. And just to make people laugh. But the comedy that most of us enjoyed were people that told stories where they are coming from, told stories to address issues while they were making you laugh. Stories about maybe what they felt about the government or their homes or how families acted together.
Or how they look.
Or how...
You know, it's funny you mention how they look, because I remember in Naughty Professor, one of the things he had to do was get back at that comedian that insulted his appearance in the name of comedy. Don't you think sometimes comedians go too far?
Yes.
Any of them is slap like.
So let me say like this.
Oh, wow.
Let me say like this. You know that, first of all, comedians are people. So everybody has a personality. Some people are not just good people. Some people are just uncouth. They don't know how to, they are ill-mannered. So the fact that they're doing stand-up means that it will reflect in their work. Some people don't know how to talk to people normally. But it's now with a microphone, so he's going to speak wrongly. That's one. But you see when comedians oftentimes go out like extra on one person. Before, if you're not watching the full video, before then, maybe they've heard something about that person that they don't like, and they're like, when I get a chance to speak it,
I will show this person.
Yeah, this person will hear what the person or the person has done something in the past that you did not get to see, maybe made fun of them, where they're at a comedy club, where they're not large, and like you, if I catch you in an issue, I'll really cool you and your family members.
See about that deep. But okay, anyways, but as much as I hear you, but at the same time, I don't know, because some people are like, okay, fine, once you see a comedian with a mic, whatever he says, you should take it as a joke. Yeah, fine. Just for the fact, yeah, some people put their emotions into that. Now, of course, let's talk about the Chris Rock situation. Now, let's move away from that. Have you heard Kevin Hart diss someone before? I was literally watching I can't remember the name of. I was originally watching his Mark Twain Award and all of that, where they literally were coming for him consistently. Yes. Do you understand? And I'm like, is this even allowed? They were saying some things, literally dragging from his wife to his divorce, everything.
Yes.
Do you get? Everybody seems to be having a good time.
Yes.
Nobody seems to be taking offense. So,
well, so in things like that, there's an aspect that the other climbs that we do in comedy for a longer period with more understanding of the arts form. Social commentary, that's what they call stand-up.
Yes.
That's what it's supposed to be. Those people have created a niche program they call roast.
Roast, exactly.
So in the roast segment, roast is supposed to be like...
So you're meant to expect it.
Good. We are roasting you, and it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be hot. It's like yabbing. Like, this is not, I'm not trying to tell a joke. Now, I'm trying to make you laugh, but I want to yab you. So yabbing, roasting is a segment. And with stand-up comedians, we start roasting of those people. They will tell you that there is no limits, even to people that have died. No kidding. Like, every time they loved one that they lost, they're going to talk about it. And they will tell you that this place, so when you enter this show, you've signed that anything we say is all for humor. So that one will slide. You two, they are going there, you'll be like, is that I cry now or I take it like a man?
Yeah, but sometimes it's too much. There's one I stumbled upon recently. He told somebody that obviously couldn't, that he actually talks to celebrities. And the person is on a wheelchair and you say, hey, thank you so much. You know, you should stand up and thank God. You know that kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, I wasn't sure whether to be offended on his behalf, or to even be like irritated. I wasn't sure.
Okay.
And then there was one that had been on a reality show, and it was saying that as part of your winnings, you bought deodorants and stuff. And I'm like, and they're supposed to sit through it. Like they have to sit through it.
So
only one person walked off one time.
Okay, so I will say there's a thin line, right, between that thing and being very, very offensive. But it will shock you to know that everybody that's invited for that show, the show you're talking about, knows what they're coming for, first of all. But you don't know how far it will go. When they tell you that it will go far, and it's not a long show. I'm going to see some things, but if you take it in, people like you, and it's a good time. There's another guy overseas that does that kind of show. They call it that Gaffilansky or something. He does that to even presidents. He invites very notable figures. But let me tell you, in real life, in real time, if you kind of build a rapport with your speaker, no matter what he says, it's not really hit you as bad. And there's some people know how to sandwich it. So after I say the thing, for example, and I make fun of you, I'll be like, me that make fun of you, I know I'm not living a better life than you. It kind of tones it down. You sandwich it. But apart from that, some of them are brutal, do that.
Have you ever experienced a Chris Rock
situation? No, that thing is a very wrong situation. No. All comedians speak against it because Chris Rock was sandwiching it well.
Yes, he was, exactly. There was no hard feelings. Yes. Considering the fact that they had a prior relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, feeling happy about
anyways,
that.
we have one of Ovi's clips we actually want to take right now. Definitely, we'll be back with him right here in the studio. Let's see this.
Good evening. When I say good evening, answer me. I'm not your mates, please. Good evening. Good evening. How are you guys doing? They give me a very short time, so I don't really have too many things to say. I'm just offended about who that person greeting each other there. Go and have your seats, Mr. Man. Hey, have your seats, please. I'm not on a normal day. If I understand, I studied statistics in school. Now, are you joking with me? You think I'm excited to be cracking jokes in front? You say, oh, they teaching my own course. I studied computer science. You graduate. Who be this? Please, if not because what I did did not go well, I'm not supposed to be doing this in front of you guys. On a normal day, I should be seated so you entertain me. Do you understand? Yes. Do you understand me? I've been through a lot in this Lagos already. I don't know how people have so much guts. All these people that dry cleaners. You people, Have you ever given your clothes to a dry cleaner before, And when you are going back to collect it, the guy is giving you something totally different from what you gave him. I gave one dry cleaner native, top and trousers. 3 days after when I went to collect my clothes, the guy was giving me mini skirt and bed sheet. I'm not telling the guy bros, I'm sorry, no be waiting I give you be this. It's his response that killed me now. The guy was like, where am first? He goes,
they're on another level. But comedy for you though, if you weren't a comedian, what would you be? Agbabola.
Hey!
I just had that feeling.
So now that I'm thinking of it, I swear, maybe because I now like stand-up. You know, stand-up has many other scopes. Yeah, so with stand-up, if you're a good actor, it helps you. You can always take funny roles and even also become like acting in general or that kind of role. And you can also do videos, you can write content. So some people give me money to write ideas of what they want to shoot, or even advertisement ideas. So comedy goes like that.
Yeah.
But if I'm not doing stand-up, now that I'm thinking of it, maybe I would have been serious with statistics. Although my academic result was more, okay, I lost it along the line. But maybe I'd have gone to read all those I can, Pat can, what can.
I made a voice.
Do you understand?
So anyways, So what have you been up to recently? Is there anything we should be looking forward to?
Yes. So I have a special coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, a comedy special. A comedy special for people who care to know. Is not the shows where the comedian is just scattered on the stage and just saying random stuff. No, comedy special is where comedian speaks. Some are 30 minutes, some are 1 hour. I'll be doing 1 hour though. So 1 hour of comedy while other people have opened, maybe just to warm up the crowd, because if you come straight into jokes for the first time, it won't work. You try stand-up comedy many times. You just say, oh, good evening. You get one day when I see one man, people will not connect with you. So somebody first will come up with a good host.
Wets the floor.
Wets the floor and how are you people doing? Are you fine? Are you good? If we talk to you, don't shout back, oh please, we're just having fun. Nah. So I do the comedy special. I'm going to do one on the 2nd of June. The Forerunner.
Okay.
The Forerunner is 1 hour of stand-up comedy addressing societal issues in a very, very funny way.
Okay.
Issues that we see on the internet and we are angry about. Things that we know that shouldn't be happening, but everybody's afraid. Because if you type, everybody will come for you, in quotes. Come for me. I'm ready for the coming.
Okay.
Come for me.
Okay.
I'll be addressing those issues. And then we hope it comes out on streaming platform, but as quickly as possible, it will be out on where everybody can access.
Okay.
To see what stand-up comedy can look like in their life.
All right. Amazing. Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right. So I'm just very curious about your private life. And I ask this because I know quite well that there are so many young ladies there.
Mary.
Perhaps when they attend some of your events, they look at Ovi. Is Ovi on the shelf? Or
First of all, you know that when you ask this question to any guest, and the guest is laughing so much.
I don't know what they're talking about. Please answer the question.
We don't know what
answer your question.
about.
Very clueless.
So when you see the guest happy so much like that, there are many factors. You know, in this line of work.
That way you're wearing pink.
Yeah.
Please, I'm thinking something else.
Even me too. Even me too. I'm thinking something.
Please.
So in this line of work, you know, it's always cool in this line of work that you are accessible. In quotes. So I like to state that.
So, Baba for the girls then.
Because if you follow girls too much and she's not adding to your humor, she's going to be taking away from you.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Or adding to your money. So I'm always very meticulous, well detailed about the kind of ladies that I follow. You must be able to add more value. I'm talking about value about intellect or finance.
Straight up. No beating around the bush. Amazing. Anyways, I mean, Forerunner is coming up on the 2nd of June. Where is that happening?
It's in Lekki.
Lekki.
By 5 p.m.
Oh, 5 p.m.
Forerunner, I can't miss it. It'll be fun.
It'll be fun, Abby. Oh, yeah, it has to be fun.
They should go check it on your social media.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, all the details on the event.
All right.
Yes.
Amazing. Wishing you all the best with that one.
All right. Thank you.
Well, I guess at this point we have come to the end of
Yes, we have.
Mike is somewhere around. Well, you know how Mike can disappear. But right now, though, thank you so much indeed for watching Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, of course. Yes, and we apologize again. We didn't have a chef today, but then again, tomorrow, which is actually Friday, is definitely going to be a whole lot of fun. So make sure you stay tuned and come back 7 a.m. We'll be here. Till then, bye-bye.
Bye.
My name is Olufumilayo Ran.